Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here with Billingsley Brand Lures. I'm here with my good friend Mike Houck from Last Step
How's it going, guys?
Last Step Trap Supply and Hide Tanning. And what we're going to do today is a little collaboration for you about grading fur. So just without any further ado, we're just going to jump right into it here. All right, guys. So what we thought we'd start off with is some tan coyotes here. We'll kind of go through what we feel is the better end of them and the bottom end of them too. So maybe it'll get you a better idea of what you're looking for before you ever process that fur. You'll be able to grade it. And I'm telling you guys, if you really want to learn how to grade fur and do it right, the best thing you can do is get yourself on a fleshing beam and learn how to process your own fur. And then when you do that, you'll start to notice things and you'll start to see what a good coon is or what a bad coyote is. And you'll be able, it's just going to make you a more well-rounded trapper altogether. So let's go ahead and kind of get started here. Now here's a red coyote. And the red ones always seem to be the best ones, at least here in the Midwest. They never have a blemish on them. They've always got really good fur, other than the fact that they're red and they're just off color. But they very seldom will you ever find one of these that has a blemish anywhere on them. This coyote is probably one of the better coyotes I've seen. There's not a hair out of place. It's not broke. It's not damaged. And what I mean by broke is the guard hairs, especially if you have a lot of snow. When that coyote lays down, it will when the snow will melt around him, and then when he stands back up, he pulls guard hairs and it breaks. And then also going through brush and in the breeding too, they'll break right here in the hips really bad, and they'll be rubbed on their bellies as well. This is a good coyote, other than the bad color. You got anything to say about it, Mike?
Nope. Like you said, it seems like all the red ones got the prettiest furs on them. You don't find them all rubbed up, broke up.
Okay, so we'll move off of that one, and we come to...
That's a Colorado Coyote.
This is a Colorado coyote. Now, this coyote is pretty good, other than the fact that he's starting to break right here. You can see he's missing some guard hairs. Good fur, got deep wool on it, and deep good under fur. And the belly looks really good. But again, you can see, I don't know how well it's going to show up, but you can see right there in the flanks where he's starting to break. There's no guard hair there. Those are things you want to look for before you ever put a knife to that coyote, to make sure that it's actually worth doing anything with. You got anything you want to say about that one, Mike?
Nope, that's a good example of a broke up coyote.
I'm going to let Mike jump in here and tell you about this coyote.
This is an Idaho Coyote. As you can see, I'll get a little closer. You run your hand through there. As soon as you get in there, it's full of underwool. Now, and the belly. Look at the underwool. It's on the smaller side, but I would take one with this quality over one with the broke up quality, because it's just thicker and heavier, and if you guys could hold it, you would know the difference. And you can see the long guard hairs up top. And then we got an Iowa one over here, and this is one of our better coyotes. This was caught, I caught it last year. It was probably December, and it's full, not broke. I think it was the first week of December I caught this one. But there's just some different regions of coyotes for you all to look at. And like Dale said, the more you handle fur, looking at it, putting it on the beam, then once you stretch it and dry it, sometimes you look at it and you'll say, why did I even scrape that? Anything else on this, Dale?
No, you pretty well covered it right there, Mike. That's pretty well the tail end. That's the telltale deal on the coyotes right there. Now we'll go ahead and we'll look at some raccoon right quick. Guys, you can, when you get to doing this and doing it a lot, you can tell everything you need to know about a raccoon just by looking at that coon's tail. Just how full it is, and I'll show you the difference here.
I don't really have them.
This one's not quite. Yeah. I don't know how well you'll be able to see the difference. This coon looks pretty good, but this coon is a whole lot better just because of the depth and the fullness. And all you have to do is look at the tail to be able to tell. This coon here's a pretty decent kind of coon. He's not very good colored. I mean, he's a typical southeast Iowa raccoon. Okay, he's kind of got that red tinge to him. Not very good colored. Not completely full. He's filling out, but he's not completely full yet. He's still a little weak in the flank area. Starting to look pretty decent as far as the fur in the back, but he's still just he's got a little more filling out to do. You take this one, fluff him up here a little bit, make him look a little better. Now he's full, there's no doubt about that. You can see the depth in the underwool there, but he's short napped. This coon is actually a little bit taller in the guard hair than what this one is. And that's how close, this is another southeast Iowa coon. That's exactly how close it is that we live to the line between the semi-heavy and the coat type coon from down south. That's how close we are to it here. Our coon will go either way, just depending on the quality of him. Like I said, this coon is really nice and full. He's really thick. He's got plenty of under fur. The guard hairs are just short. He's just short napped. Anything you want to say about those two, Mike?
Nope, I think you covered it on the coon.
And then you've got the runt of the deal. But again, this raccoon's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. Probably caught sometime around Thanksgiving. Starting to fill out, starting to get some good under fur to it. Still a little weak in the flank. But all in all, not a terrible type of raccoon. Anything about them?
Nope. I think you covered that one.
All right. Now we'll let Mike go through the badgers here with you. We've got a couple of badgers that we'll go through.
Basically on these, I'll show you what happens when you catch one the opening day of season. This badger here, you can see how broke up it is. I probably shouldn't even tanned it, but I caught it, so I tanned it. It's all broke up. You can see the missing patches of guard hairs. And then this one was caught mid-December. The color ain't the best, but it's actually got some depth through it, and it's pretty uniform. It's not full, but it's pretty dang close. And that's the difference between early season coons or badgers and late season badgers. It goes for any fur, actually.
Right. Right. Try to play the weather game, but don't start too early, but don't wait to start too late.
Yes.
Because if you wait to start too late, Mother Nature's going to beat you every time. But if you're after quality, the later you can wait, then by all means, that's what you need to do. But watch your weather patterns. If you're getting a lot of snow and it's or freezing rain too, maybe you don't want to go out and catch any coyotes because they're going to be rubbed and broke. And same way again, if with the raccoon, if it's fixing to drop down cold and those raccoon are going to hold up for a few days, go ahead and get your sets in, because when it warms up, they're going to come out and be ready to move. But again, is it worth going out and catching those raccoon when they're breeding? Because you know they're rubbed up, because you know those boars are running from den to den, going in and out of holes and under stumps and everything else, searching for females, and they get rubbed and broke. Well, is there any sense in really going out and catching those kind of coon? Probably not. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's kind of what we're going to go over with you today anyway. We're going to kind of keep this short and simple and sweet as we can. Alright guys, that pretty well does it for right now anyway. We'll do some more of these videos a little later on for you, especially once we get more into season and we're actually doing the skinning and the scraping and on our own fur, and give you a better look and a better idea of what to look for. We sure want to appreciate each and every one of you, and give Mike's channel a look, guys. He's got some really good fur handling videos on there and goes through some of the tanning process as well. It's Last Step Trap Supply and Hide Tanning. If you look that up on YouTube, you can go. It'll take you right to his channel. Give him a look. It's really worth taking the time to watch his videos.
And there will be a lot more coming once now that convention season's about over. We got Bloomfield, and then we got season, like Dale said. You know, it's easier for us to do hands-on stuff during season, you know, the fur handling side of it, because we don't always have the hides and stuff thawed out and able to make videos throughout the summer.
We're only 3 weeks away from season open here in Iowa, boys, and I'm starting to get, we finally got a little cool weather in here. I feel good, I feel better, and I'm finally starting to get a little pumped up about things.
I turned on some Ted Nugent last night, Fred Bear, and I jammed out. That's my go-to fall song, get me pumped up.
So, guys, we want to appreciate you watching in. We want to say thank you. If you would, please hit that subscribe button for us on both our channels. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. Once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.